Yeah. Power corrupts,
Yeah.
absolutely. But power corrupts, for me, power corrupts. The fear of losing power corrupts.
I think we're going to describe that somewhere. You've been saying this for some time now.
Okay.
Is it?
Picketing. Air Peace loses over 2 billion naira, says unions action disregard extant laws and FHC judgment.
Well, as I said, Kiam should tidy whatever is going on out here. And don't be surprised. Let me say this. And you are taking time to listen to us and watching there. You know, there was a scene not so long ago. Peter Obi was detained somewhere. Something happened at the airport. He was said that he parked wrongly. He parked wrongly at where he should not park his car. Somehow, I'm just saying this, but carefully so. Somehow there are links to some of these things happening. Let me just put it that way.
How CBN frameworks reshaping financial system in Nigeria and Africa.
No doubt about that. No doubt about that. Look, the monetary policy of Nigeria has been so fantastic. On the other side, and the two must converge to have a very robust economy. That's the physical side.
Yeah.
Hopefully, Taiwo Yedele will now tidy up that. But for Cardoso, it's been doing a very good job over time.
Develop democratic patterns or systems reflecting history, culture. GGJ advises African nations.
It's just a fallout from what former president said, Olusegun Obasanjo, how that we can customize, we can Africanize our democracy. But he only tell sometime when they were there, when he was there.
He was there at the helm for 8 years.
And what did you do? So
well, I don't know how wise this is. The statement came that these people see the light after they leave office.
And hindsight is better. It's 2020. Or how do people put that? Yeah.
All right. Why influx of arms at seaports is raising eyebrows?
It should. You know, we brought this just 2 days ago, 3 days ago now. Yeah. It's obvious that politics will always be the punch bag. Yes, you told me that. The punch bag. People want to bear arms, not bear arms now, you know. So, but for you, I think the season will always drop such stories.
Troops rescue another 9 abducted commuters in Kogi.
Look, bandits, terrorists, kidnappers, it's like your day.
You can run, you can never hide.
Yeah, your days are coming to an end, really.
Okay. Suspected kidnapper apprehended, cashing out ransom at Kwara POS terminal.
This headline just took it from my mouth. Your days are numbered in the country. We will fish you out. We will have you destroyed, wipe you out.
Again, Nigeria exceeds OPEC quota for 3rd consecutive month.
Well, it's good news.
Production hits 1.67 barrels per day.
You will observe that the tabloids all vary it, but all saying something quite positive.
The Punch. It tells you it is possible.
Of course.
Yeah, we are picking up the ball where we dropped it.
Yeah.
The Punch here. State Police. Presidency closes public submissions today.
Yes. They can't go any further. Otherwise, it may not see the light of the end. They want this done before the elections. We need this. We need the state police. Yeah.
Oshunpul, INEC adds SDP to ballot, distributes sensitive materials.
That was the very first story we discussed, and well, all the best for SDP.
Economist back US faults Nigeria's fiscal transparency.
I mean, I said it 2 tabloids ago. Our fiscal policy, the other side of the monetary policy, is still very shaky. No wonder all the government of Tinubu have proposed so far has not seen light of day. That's why we have many stability macro level, but micro level we are not seeing much. This is the reason.
2027, Atiku Obi mulls options ahead of single candidate summit.
You know my fear for this, because when it comes to, I've been very interested in this aspect of the country over time now, since the G100 story emerged. But mine is this: Obi has become a major. I mean, deny it all you want, he's a major candidate right now. Will he step down for Atiku? That's the question. Will he?
And the other way around.
And that one is almost impossible.
Okay. Federal government approves tax waivers for 4,000 electric vehicles.
It's an incentive. So that will give them reason to want to work for in the country.
168 solar street lights stolen on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway Long Bridge.
Shame on them. And really, I think soon, I'm saying it, watch out, our viewer. I can imagine, I can trust that St. John's will maybe spotlight, a satellite on this, will be brought this. What do you call them now? This That's the name eludes me now. They've been on rampage, and they call them. I can't remember them now.
Maybe you are thinking of I understand you.
So yeah, they have been on rampage. They go about that was why the coastal Lagos coastal Calabar coastal road now.
Yeah.
They have guards because these guys go about removing iron, stealing them to go and sell.
Yeah. They are almost on every street.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Army moves to begin operations at 4 new divisions.
Very good. Very good. Very good.
Picture story on front page Punch will show Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu at the commissioning of the Fresh Food Hub, Agege, Lagos.
Good.
Okay, the Daily Sun. Osun Guba election, not surprising. Accord, APC trade blame over violence and deaths.
It's a shame, really. It's a shame. Elections are conducted elsewhere. Why this Osun? Why? What is it? Let me even go look at. Now waiting. What's going on?
CBN pumps 5.21 trillion naira into banks as government seeks to borrow 700 billion via treasury bills.
Well, as I said, the CBN can almost not be touched now because the monetary policy of Nigeria is healthy, is vigorous, is robust. If they have to lend or pump, as you said now, we hope the banks, the commercial banks now, will now live up to expectations. They will not do some shady, fraudulent things they are into.
The word we're looking for is scavengers.
Scavengers. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Okay, anxiety in Akwa Ibom and Sokoto and 10 other states over flood alert.
Oh wow! Let the state governments proact.
So NIMET has predicted.
Yeah, it's up to state governments to now.
We have been forewarned, so we should be forearmed.
True.
Strike. Air Peace accuses unions of flouting labor laws.
Look, as I've said, this is what Keamu should see properly into. Whatever is going on, the partisan aspect, the trade aspect, the business aspect, is the minister in charge.
Abuja federal government houses. Wike warns fraudsters as committee secretariat shuts down.
Nigeria will always want to happen anywhere. Anywhere something good is looming, is about to happen, or you see people want to just subvert. That's what they want to do here.
OT backs sighting of national park in Abia as state rolls out a high-risk pregnancy tracker.
Anyway, Governor Oti, so far, I don't want to speak in terms of superlative, but from report, he's been doing very well. So anything Governor Oti proposed right now...
No, in the southeast, we single out Oti, Pitamba, and Anambra man. Soludo.
Yeah, I'm not doing bad at all. Yeah.
Islamic cleric defends Muslim ticket remarks, insists he will not apologize.
Look, just please don't throw Nigeria. Don't set us on the Rwanda path.
No country survives in
please,
a religious war.
Please.
2 pictures on the front page of the Daily Sun. The one shows Mr. President Bola Tinubu and the Minister of Livestock
Development,
Idi Mukhtar Meha in Abuja. And the other picture shows the current MD of Zenith Bank. I'm talking about Dame Adora Umeoji, flanked by the Canadian High Commissioner to Nigeria and the Deputy High Commissioner. Okay, next paper, Daily Trust. The lead story. Tension heightens 48 hours to Osun election.
Again, you can see the different spin, different angles to what's going to happen in Osun. Tension heightens, which is true. Just let us ensure that the security forces, the police, the army, everything, just do your job and save lives. I hope the turnout, because it's looking at the turnout is going to be very low with this. No average person wants to go and risk his life without all these headlines. It's scary.
Let me sound like the cynic who predicted that in a football match, if it does not end in a draw, a winner will emerge.
Sure.
In politics, there's no draw.
It's a zero-sum game now.
All right. Kidnappers beat me for reducing ransom. Kogi abductee.
Funny but not funny. What do we do? Hope, thank God you're alive. Let us be done with.
No. Some situations are funny, some others are phony.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Maybe that's like you describe my mood right now. But
Okay.
thank goodness he's alive.
18 people die in Niger road crash.
Commiserations.
Roads don't kill. I must emphasize that. Only bad drivers kill.
Bad drivers, sometimes bad roads.
No. Bad roads don't kill in themselves. Only bad drivers who ply those roads.
I surrender.
Kill.
I am not arguing this.
No. It's not a debate. Our player, Chinedu Ozo, is dead. Katsina United.
I commiserate with the family. You know, along the line, some said maybe when he was taken to the mortuary, they are seeing a sign of life.
I hear the guy moved or something.
Like, yeah, but just to douse it, it's unfortunate. Commiserations.
Police arrest suspected kidnapper trying to withdraw ransom in Kwara at the POS.
Good.
That's a funny.
Even you are laughing.
Phantom Council. Reps panel keeps mom 7 days after last sitting.
Talking of the PFIC, what? Let them just ensure that this is unraveled.
At least for one thing, the chief of staff to Mr. President is getting exonerated.
He was so sure. You know, what now made the story even more doubtful was when that the man in question, now the DG, the full so-called DG, said he never saw Femi, but they only spoke on phone. How are you expecting people to rely on that?
Nigeria meets OPEC quota on oil production.
We broke that.
That's good. Sokoto bandits kill father, nephew, abduct daughter and daughter-in-law.
The bandits involved in this, get ready. Your days are over. Your days are numbered and will also be over.
Last but not least, paper this day, today. Adeleke to workers. Mobilize everyone to vote this Saturday. Defend your votes.
Good. That is doing performing a civic responsibility, advising. In fact, tomorrow in Osun State, it's a work-free day. Go out and vote. Security will be guaranteed, but please, we don't want bloodshed. Essentially,
to all concerned, play by the rules.
Please.
The rules, interestingly, are set generally by political parties.
That's it. So please, we appeal to you. Go out there, vote. If you have to defend your vote, good, but please, no bloodshed. Thank you.
Trump claims U.S. has total control of Hormuz as ship traffic falls to 1 week low.
Because the American president is very quick with superlatives. He's always telling you that he's the best this, he's the most this, and like that. Whatever.
You get the impression the American president writes the scripts and he acts the scripts out.
With Trump, nothing is impossible now. That's just it.
India, Nigeria deepen strategic ties. Trade hits $9 billion. Modi invites Tinubu to BRICS summit.
This is about the second or third time Modi and Tinubu will be talking. And India today is a major force in anything in the world. Democracy, business.
The largest democracy.
Of course. So,
In new policy tweak, CBN removed discount window restrictions on foreign exchange, government securities transactions.
Well, the CBN, as I've said, is strong enough, knowledgeable enough to take certain steps.
Okay, we are done. Be like us, get your papers, read the headlines, and you are home and dry. We thank you, Dr. Moses Adebayo, for your intervention.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
We are out of watching. Bye-bye now.
The Speaker of the Akwa Ibom State of Assembly is in this room, and he knows what to do when the bill arrives. But history will record that an argument nearly 3 decades old was settled under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That, for me, is leadership. That, for me, is benefits of democracy, where leaders learn to confront issues head-on rather than passing it on to the next generation. In Akwa Ibom, beyond establishing a standalone Ministry of Internal Security and Waterways, we have engaged and enrolled over about 2,272 village youth presidents into the state security architecture to strengthen community surveillance, intelligence gathering, and the protection of public assets and critical infrastructure across our community. To ensure effectiveness and accountability, we have developed a structured training program for them that will be supervised by security agencies led by the Nigerian Police Force. They will be placed on the state payroll to support sustained collaboration with our mainstream security agencies and to provide jobs for our teeming youths. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am conscious that this is a centenary and not a political rally. And I will not belabor you on this point. But having described work of this scale, it will be dishonest of me to fall silent on whether it should be finished. Reforms of this kind take longer than a single term to bear their full fruit, and the greatest danger to them is not opposition. The greatest danger is interruption. So let me say plainly where Akwa Ibom stands. We are supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, to return to Aso Rock next year and complete the work of national renewal that he has begun. That is where Akwa Ibom stands, and I speak as the governor of Akwa Ibom State today. In Akwa Ibom, our blueprint is the Arise agenda, and it rests on the same conviction that the government is judged by what changes in the lives of ordinary people. From the tapes that has been shown already, you will see a number of things that we have taken on. But I'd like to say that I believe that government ought to begin with those who cannot help themselves. I believe that governance should reflect more rural communities. We inherited a backlog of gratuities dating back to 2012, 111 billion owed to men and women who had already given the state their working life in office. We have built over 461 compassionate homes, every one of them solar powered, and handed them to the neediest households across our 369 wards, each with 500,000 naira in living support. Food vouchers are drawn from our social register, and food is being distributed even as I speak. We are in the 4th round of that food distribution so that we can get food to the poorest of the poor. We have to set up a Akwa Ibom bulk purchase agency to ensure that we get food in bulk and then distribute it in our rural communities. We have given business grants to farmers, market women, artisans, young entrepreneurs. And we placed 2 billion naira with the Bank of Industries so that small businesses can borrow at single-digit rates instead of being bled by interest rates. Over 3,000 young people have been trained at the Dakada Skills Acquisition Center, and each one lives with between 500 and 1 million naira in seed capital, because a certificate without a capital is cruelty, in my opinion. We have completed the recruitment process to employ 2,000 primary school teachers, 2,800 health professionals, 1,000 technical and vocational instructors, 3,000 officers into the state civil service through a very transparent manner that each of these people had to take computer-based tests. And if you didn't pass the computer-based test, even if you were my child, you will not be qualified to get a job. That way, everyone has the same platform to compete. We have paid nearly 7 billion naira in the fees for our students since we assumed office in May 2023. This is a culture that started long before I joined government. Chief Gotv Akpabio started the free education in Akwa Ibom State. It was sustained by the administration of the Kingdom Gabriel Emmanuel, and we are continuing in that trajectory, just to ensure that we build our human capital resource. We have raised bursaries for those of our students in tertiary institutions, and to date we have disbursed about 1.6 billion naira. We are investing heavily in our youth because no democracy can endure without sustained investment in the next generation. Young people must not only inherit democracy, but must also be equipped to strengthen and advance it. Our administration is building fully equipped youth development centers in all 31 local government areas of Akwa Ibom State, featuring ICT hubs, laboratories, vocational training facilities, creative development studios, and co-working spaces, some of which have been commissioned and being put to use. Training has already commenced on our target to produce 1,000 skilled youths from each center every year, equipping our young people with knowledge, technical skills, creativity, and entrepreneurial capacity needed to drive economic growth, create jobs, and strengthen our democracy. We have also written the Human Capital Development Framework 2.0, which was launched in Uyo last year by the Vice President, Distinguished Senator Kashim Shettima, GCON, directly into the Arise agenda. We did so deliberately because human capital is not a side program of development. It is the substance of it. On infrastructure, 1,346 kilometers of economically viable roads and 41 bridges in 3 years, and not one inherited project abandoned under our one project per local government policy. There is now no local government area in Akwa Ibom State without a completed government project, a road, a model primary school, or a model healthcare center. Let me at this point thank our local government chairmen for their collaboration. They are now replicating these projects in their various local government areas. And we thank you, Thank you so much for the work you are doing and for keying into the Arise agenda. Thank you so much. Just last week, the chairman of Uyo local government and Algon chair for the state built 2 compassionate homes as part of his project and donated same. This is leadership. Once you lead by example, others are bound to follow that example. Permit me a word about food, because no government that cannot feed its own people has any serious claim to success. We have put grants directly into the hands of our farmers rather than into the hands of intermediaries. The Igbo Model Farm, an integrated farming project with tourism assets built into it, will be commissioned later this year. And it is designed not merely for our own sufficiency, but for export. And we recently launched our tree crop revolution to restore Akwa Ibom to its former standing as a preeminent producer of palm oil and everything along its value chain. Farms are now springing up across all 31 local government areas in our state. Thanks to our local government chairman again for keying into this vision. Before long, we'll be producing a surplus, and a surplus is what turns farmers into businessmen. And we are building the economy that comes after this one. The international terminal at the Victor Atta Airport that was started by my predecessor was completed and will be fully commissioned as one of the projects that the President will undertake when he visits Akwa Ibom later in September. Not only have we commissioned that terminal, on Saturday, I will be commissioning the ICT infrastructure in the terminal that will make that terminal truly a smart terminal. That as you arrive at Akwa Ibom International Airport, you'll be able to access your internet right within the grounds of the airport. That is what we believe should be a 21st century terminal, and that's what we have in Akwa Ibom. It is being said that it is the most beautiful terminal in the country today. And I've not been contradicted so far. So we still believe that we have the most beautiful terminal in the country. But I'm not challenging Lagos. So. Ibom Air has started commercial operations into Ghana, and we are talking with other airlines to begin to fly out of Uyo internationally. The previous administration started by training cadet pilots and engineers, both in Toulouse, Canada, and in Addis Ababa. Today, we have completed that training and they have graduated. All of them are now flying Ibom Air. We have gone further to send 10 additional pilots to be trained in Addis Ababa, so as to continue to build capacity for Ibom Air. These are deliberate planning so that we do not run out of maintenance or flight crew at any time. Our 350-bed international hospital with 24 specialties, including oncology, will be ready within the next 18 months. The Arise Farm Resort I spoke of earlier, with its 9-hole golf course, its lake, its chalets, floating restaurant, and conference hall, will be commissioned in the same month alongside the International Hotel and Conference Center and the Arise Shopping City. We have a full ecosystem that will make us compete favorably with Lagos and Kigali, because we now have unarguably one of the best convention centers in this country, and that will be commissioned soon. We have 85 other audacious projects that are running across transport, housing, seaport development, and sports. Investors in this room are welcome. And very soon, Akwa Ibom will be holding its Economic and Investment Summit. And we hope to come to the Yoruba Tennis Club to invite some of you to please attend the summit and bring part of Lagos money to Akwa Ibom, where we are peaceful and serene, where we are very hospitable, and where your money is always safe. Now the hard part, as I begin to wind down. I'll be doing this club a disservice if I stopped at all I have said, because the obstacles to democratic governance are real, and they are not defeated by speeches. Corruption leaks away development. Weak institutions delay everything. Political polarization makes consensus expensive. Insecurity frightens investment away. And policy discontinuity, that Nigerian habit by which each administration buries the work of its predecessor, has probably cost this country more than any single act of theft. Let me dwell on the last one, because it's where we have taken our clearest decision. In Akwa Ibom, we resolved that no project inherited from any previous government will be abandoned, particularly when it has a direct economic benefit to our people. Regardless of which government began it, and regardless of which party that government belonged to, a road left half built is not a monument to our predecessors. It is a broken promise to a community that was told it was coming. And that community does not care which administration made the promise. So we finish what we meet. Our people call it the finisher's anointing. For people who keep asking us about legacy projects, legacy project is to make sure that Akwa Ibom continues to grow from strength to strength and to finish all of the projects that have economic value to our people. We have tried to answer each of these questions deliberately, equipping institutions with tools they actually need, opening up budgeting and procurement, digitalizing government processes so that discretion has fewer dark corners to hide in, strengthening legislative oversight and monitoring, enforcing fiscal discipline, and institutionalizing continuity so that programs outlive the administrations that began them. The Arise 1.0 has substantially run its course, and we are preparing to launch Arise 2.0 to consolidate those gains on a sustainable footing. But let me be plain. Government cannot do this alone. And any government that tells you otherwise is either deceiving itself or the people at the same time. Citizens must participate in good governance by voting peacefully, by holding leaders accountable, by lawful means. Refuse corruption in the small daily transactions where it actually lives. Respect the courts and pay their taxes. Institutions must be permitted to grow stronger than individuals who lead them. Finally, is the test of a serious country, and our young people must be given education, skills, digital opportunity, capital support, not because they are the leaders, they are only the leaders of tomorrow, a phrase we have repeated until it means nothing, but because they are half of our population today. In fact, I dare say more than half of our population today. Our diversity must remain what this club proved it could be, a source of strength rather than a fault line. Every Nigerian must be able to feel that he belongs to the country, and no matter where he or she lives in any part of this country. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, as I begin to wrap up this presentation, I hold a firm belief that hope is not lost, even though I also believe that hope is not sustained by rhetoric. It is sustained by evidence. Citizens recover their confidence when the road is finished, when the school works, when the hospital has a doctor on duty, when the young man finds employment, when the farmer receives his support in time, when the small business survives its first 3 years. That is what renews hope. Competence, compassion, consistency, all three of them, and in that order. Which brings me back to where I began. In 1926, men who had been shut out of somebody else's club did not spend 100 years complaining about the door and crying that they were shut out, but they built a house. They gave it rules. They gave it a creed. And they made certain it will outlast them. That is precisely the work in front of us as a nation. Not the perfection of our institutions within our own lifetimes, but their construction, their honest governance, and their safe delivery into the hands of those who will come after us. Abraham Lincoln called democracy government of the people, by the people, and for the people. It falls to our generation to ensure that those words continue to describe something real. Permit me one final illustration. Singapore became independent in 1965 with no natural resources and little to its name beyond its people. What Lee Kuan Yew gave it was not wealth, but institutions that worked, a public service that could not be bought, and within a single generation, it became a country the rest of the world now studies. That is the whole lesson. Elections by themselves guarantee nothing. It is strong institutions, accountable leadership, democratic principles, honestly applied, that turn a vote into a road, a classroom, a hospital, and a job. That is what we are pursuing with the Arise agenda. Let me end then on the reason I remain optimistic, because there is every reason to be. Our people are resilient in conditions that would have broken others. Our young people are inventive. Our entrepreneurs keep finding opportunities where much of the world sees only difficulties. And our communities keep showing a courage. Again, and I'm glad my senior colleague, brother governor, is here. And thank you for all the comfort you have provided for us. Let me end then on the reason I remain optimistic, because there's every reason to be. Our people are resilient in conditions that would have broken others. Our young people are inventive. Our entrepreneurs keep finding opportunities where much of the world sees only difficulties. And our communities keep showing a courage that ought to humble those of us who govern them. Nigeria's greatest resource has never been what lies beneath our soil. It is what lives within our people. The future will belong to societies that choose cooperation over conflict, service over self-interest, accountability over corruption, and hope over despair. That is the choice we have made. With God on our side and with sustained focus, I remain confident that we are on track to galvanizing our people to arise with a renewed hope for Nigeria. Congratulations on your centenary. Thank you for inviting us. May the next 100 years find this house as principled as its founders left it. And may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you very much.
And the Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State, my friend, my brother, a very hard-working governor, and a man that I'm particularly proud of, Pastor Dr. Umar Basi Eno, dedicated Deputy Governor, Dr. Kadri Obafemi Hamzat. Brilliant. And of course, my sister in her right, a distinguished senator, and now Her Excellency, the Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Dr. Akan Eyakeni, one of our Amazons. Thank you very much, ma'am. Let me now acknowledge the chairman of this great club, our club, the Yoruba Tennis Club, my friend and brother, Chief Olawumi Gaspar, MNI, to also, through you, acknowledge the chairman of our Board of Trustees, our revered uncle, father, a man that is always alive to his responsibility and has the true history and story of not only Lagos, of Nigeria. Alhaji Dr. Femi Okuno, CON, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Thank you very much, sir. All of our other respectful members of this great club that are here, greetings all. Members of the Executive Council of Akwa Ibom and Lagos State that are here, other top government functionaries, distinguished guests, gentlemen of the press, ladies and gentlemen. First is really to apologize and to say that in Lagos we actually can be doing 3 things at the same time. My Excellency, my brother, were both meant to be in Abuja yesterday, but he had sent me to go and, represent him in Abuja. So I was in Abuja doing all of the national assignment, and this morning too, we had to do it. But as I landed and I saw that he was on the TV, I knew that other activities of the state has to be put on hold, and I have to come and honor him with this event. And why not? This is my club, this is our club. This is the foremost club in Nigeria, the Yoruba Tennis Club. And so it's with deep sense and a profound joy that I stand here this afternoon, first in my capacity as a governor, but more importantly, as a proud host and as a member of the Yoruba Tennis Club, your vice patron, brother Babajide Sanwo-Olu of the Yoruba Tennis Club. Thank you very much. So thank our guest lecturer. I know he spoke for almost 40 minutes, and I imagine that we've learned a lot from the speech of Dr. Umo Basi Eno, the executive governor of Akwa Ibom State, who not only has graciously honored our invitation today, but has traveled several rivers and creeks to get into Lagos. And he has come with the whole of Akwa Ibom to come and show and give us the respect. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, on behalf of the people and government of Lagos State and of the brethren of this great club. You're welcome to Lagos. You are welcome to the commercial economic nerve center of our country. You are welcome to the state of aquatic splendor. You're welcome home. We have a lot in common, but we'll keep that aside. Let me begin by congratulating the chairman, the trustees and elders and fellow brethren on this extraordinary milestone. I'm told that September 15 is the grand finale in which, by the grace of God, we shall all be in attendance. 100 years is a rare achievement for any institution. It's also a testament to the visionary leadership, the enduring value and institutional resilience, the devotion of generations of brethren who had preserved the proud tradition of this club while keeping it relevant to every new age. Your Excellency, it is customary every 24th of December, no matter where you are as a governor, you must show presence here. And that tradition has not stopped. And I've kept it for 7 years. By the grace of God, I'll do the 8th one this year. And that is how important this club is to us in Lagos. And so 100 years is not merely a measure of time. It is a measure of trust. It is worthy of celebration. And today, we rightly celebrate our own. For a full century, our club has been far more than a recreational institution. It has been a sanctuary for ideas, a meeting point for patriots, a bridge across generations, and a respected voice in national democratic discussion. Through changing political dispensation, economic cycles, and social transformation, it has remained steadfast in its commitment to nation building institutions like minds that, while we're in government, will continue to remain relevant. They continue to do enduring institutional reshape. They continue to be in the soul and character of our nation. This is a power of legacy, and I'm proud to be part of it. Today's theme, which Your Excellencies have very eloquently spoken about, democracy and the imperative of good governance, renewed hope in changing times, I imagine speak directly to define responsibility and the leadership of generation. As you have said, democracy is not simple about electing leaders over 4 years. It's about building confidence. It's about protecting institutions and creating opportunities. It is indeed about ensuring that every citizen, regardless of a circumstance, can aspire to a better life. Above all, democracy succeeds only when governance transforms hope into reality. And across the world, societies are confronting a lot of economic challenges, which you have also spoken about. In Lagos, these principles continue to guide our administration through our Teams Plus agenda, and we have remained focused on practical solutions In fact, this year's budget, which we call the budget of shared prosperity, has indeed been a budget in which we can touch almost every citizen of Lagos. Just 2 days ago, we implemented one of our grassroots intervention where over 4,000 Lagosians were given, things for them to feel governance, to feel the essence of where we're here as their leaders. And they all went back home with a lot of pride. Yesterday again, Mr. Deputy Governor also was able to hand over to about 2,500 artisans in different fields, where we're not just giving them support, we're giving them a means of livelihood. We're giving them an opportunity for them to fend for their family, to fend for themselves, and be responsible citizens of our nation. That, in our view, is what shared prosperity is all about, where we can use the organs of government to reach the nooks and crannies of our city, where ensuring that no part of our city is left behind. In the same view, I have been to Akwa Ibom, and I know those are the things my brother is doing. If you go to Akwa Ibom, you'll be competing that, is this Lagos? You'll be seeing highway. Say, we cannot stop, but these people want to take over Lagos. So. And that is the spirit. It is the spirit of rivalry, but healthy rivalry amongst ourselves, where we can learn from each other, where we can make sure that our best hands, are always, learn from one another. I usually pride that Akwa Ibom has the best crowd control that I've ever seen. They are always very patient. All of those, their groups in different colors. I don't know how they do it. And they will be there with their drums, with their band set, with all of it. We see it. We see it, and I think it's something that we all need to, encourage you and say to you that you have done so very well. And it's because you have given them an opportunity, to be responsible citizens and to have a means, of livelihood. Today, we feel truly proud that you joined us at this club, and your speech, I'm sure has resonated with a lot of us here today. And so, as our club steps into the second century, my earnest rather than divide, and more leadership that inspires confidence rather than fear. Ultimately, the future of our democracy will be shaped not only by those who occupy public offices, but by the quality of our institutions, the strengths of our value, and the willingness of every citizen to play a positive role in nation building. Fellow brethren, distinguished guests, and our guest speaker, as we reflect on 100 remarkable years, let us renew our collective commitment to Nigeria, where democracy is deepened. Let us build institutions that will strengthen, opportunities are expanded, and hope is translated into measurable progress. If we remain united in our purpose and steadfast in our service, then the best chapter of our national story is still well ahead of us. Once again, congratulations on this historic milestone, and may the next century be more even impactful than the one we've seen. And once again, congratulations to our guest lecturer on this centenary lecture, His Excellency Pastor Dr. Umwo Basi Eno, the Executive Governor of Akwa Ibom State. Thank you very much, and let's enjoy the rest of this. Thank you.
It has observed, and I'm sure in the last few minutes, you must have seen the works that are enviable, commendable, and you've just heard what our own governor did. He confirmed most of those things that were exhibited before he came here. And like I said, apart from His Excellency Governor of Akwa Ibom State, being well grounded in political science and public administration, in the course of his governance, in his definition of what governance entails, he adopted the bottoms-up approach, the total quality management principles. They were well enunciated in the course of your analysis of what good governance entails. And it was heartening when Your Excellency commenced your lecture by indicating to us your adoption of the Yoruba Tennis Club ethos. We summed it up in Yoruba, and luckily you are one of us. It is the Omoluabi concept. And the Omoluabi concept entails transparency, openness, responsibility, although in the course of your own lecture, you expanded it further, but the principles are the same. I'm not going to make a complete rehash of the lecture, which I'm sure you listened to attentively, but I'll remind us of the highlights. The topic, democracy and imperatives of good governance, renewing hope in challenging times. And I'm sure from what you have heard His Excellency submit here today, hopes are indeed renewed and future is assured. For us in Yoruba Tennis Club, we are probably Yoruba in name, but we are global in outlook. We are apolitical. And on occasions like this, we call governments to account. And I dare say, although your responses will confirm that our distinguished guest lecturer has acquitted himself creditably in terms of the principles of accountability, transparency, and responsibility. Among the sound bites are that democracy's worth is not measured by its election alone, but the quality of its products as it benefits the people. And for him, his mission was to make democracy to mean something to the people. And he saw it as a task to make democracy and its dividends to reach the people through the provision of healthcare facilities and other social welfare activities. He also indicated that good governance is the bridge between election and deliveries, and stated the imperatives of good governance to include how power is exercised in the management of resources. He elaborately explained what he has done in Akwa Ibom State, and he further acknowledged the efforts of his past predecessors in office. So his has been a sort of consolidation and the responsiveness, which were in his definition, inclusiveness, effectiveness, and efficiency. He actualized this through the practice of monthly submission to the public of delivery sessions where projects are reviewed and interrogated, timelines are defined and sustained. And they listen to the voice of the people. Those are the takeaways. To listen to the voice of the people, because government is for the people. He also said further that equity in governance is also embraced by ensuring that no community is left behind. Almost every nooks and corners of Akwa Ibom feels the government and governance. And he also made a detour into the ruling party's renewed hope agenda. And he indicated, and that is another thing for all of us to understand, that you cannot make omelette without breaking eggs. We must confront our realities. And on this note, Without seeking to reproduce the lecture, I humbly invite Your Excellency, Dr. Omoeno, Governor of Akwa Ibom State, to please come to the stage once again so that we can commence the interactive session. Look at science. We have teachers, doctors, engineers, ambassadors, and other elders who have listened attentively to your noble self. And this session, we will try to see whether there are areas they wish to clear. Because you made many fundamental submissions in terms of what good governance ought to entail. And it's not just the textbook type. You are a pragmatic one. By antecedents, you've run businesses successfully. And Akwa Ibom and Nigeria indeed have been lucky to have you in the saddle. So, I'm going to invite questions. Maybe we'll manage one or two in terms of what we have seen. And then Your Excellency will be requested to respond. So, I'm going to invite our revered past chairman, a professor of obstetrics and gynecologist, and is the chief medical director of the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, a distinguished personality, Professor Adetokunbo Fabanwo, our past chairman, to please ask his questions. Professor.
Thank you very much. I'd like to comment on all existing protocols for the sake of time. But on a lighter note, Mr. Governor, I'd like to say that we share some commonalities. We are both fair complexion people. And we are both Ikeja boys.
Good.
I have it's not a compensate. It's about it was started in 2010 by Senator Akpabio, and commissioned in 2015. Started operations in 2015. But we now hear about an Akwa Ibom medical city complex. And of course, in the documentary that we saw something about Akwa Ibom International Hospital. I did a little research when I knew you were coming. I found that clearly there were issues about the multi-specialist hospital that led to, I run one of the most progressive tertiary hospitals in Nigeria, and that's the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital. As we speak, we have like 250 specialists in all medical specialties. So I'm making an offer to you that if you wish, we can let you tap from our wealth of experience. We can offer you technical assistance in some of the medical projects that you are carrying out. Think about it. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, may I take one more question? Yes, our distinguished professor of political science, Professor Adeliji Nodusa. Can someone pass the microphone to Professor Ginodu, please?
Mr. Governor, I want to start by saying that nothing but your speech that you provided theory and more importantly, compass. And it's very, very unusual. Thank you very much for that. Because this is something that is very, very from our public discourse this day. But then, there is one aspect of it. Everywhere throughout the world has been a major issue. The question of what they call the weakness of the will. Have you ever been confronted in your years in public service, not only as governor, where you have to raise serious questions about whether what you are saying in public tallies or there is a wide gulf between what you say and you to make public decisions, that you are faced with issues as to whether, based on my moral compass, is this what I should do? Can you advise us, some of us, how we can resolve that kind of problem?
Thank you, sir. Your Excellency, you may wish to please respond.
The Specialist Hospital, as we speak, is still functional. We have ordered more equipment to that hospital from the time I came in. MRI, ultrasound scan. It is still our frontline specialist hospitals. But the vision for a medical city includes the until the 4 Points by Sheraton. That's the corridor for the medical city. So all we're doing is to create a medical city where we have a conglomerate of organizations, pharmacies, and other things, and then the hospital itself. Of course, the Bone Specialist Hospital will continue to function, but the difference will be that the Bone Specialist Hospital will function. The facilities in the International Medical Hospital will be much more than what we have in the Specialist Hospital now. So all of them will work together and will continue to function. So the Specialist Hospital is part of the medical city, and we are funding it. I can guarantee this August audience that that hospital cannot die under our watch. We'll continue to make that happen. So we'll come to you to discuss on areas of collaboration. And my Commissioner for Health is in this room, and he will gladly take that up. He's a young man that is interested in collaboration, and I'm sure he will really talk to you on that. Then on the issue of whether I practice what I preach, those who know me know that I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. My children know, and I say so to them all the time. If there is a law and you violate that law, and I have to sign for anything against you, I will do so with sadness in my heart. They know it. And so I'm not someone who to flippancy. I'm not someone who is given to praise singing. Everything I try to elaborate here, I backed it up with what I'm currently doing. Very hard, very difficult. Those who are my friends know that if they run foul of anything, they will be the first to go in for it. They know that about me already. Because oftentimes in this country, it is those people who are closer to us. Of course, again, for those of us who read the Holy Book, you know that a man's enemies will always be members of his own household. It is the circle of friends, our relations, our families that are always people that influences us to think differently, to do things differently, and I'm a sold out person to public service. When I finish, we'll go back home, and whatever scores we have to settle, we'll settle. While here, I'm realized and what we preach. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Distinguished Prof, sir, the way is open. His Excellency has accepted the offer, and the Commissioner for Health, Akwa Ibom State, I will definitely at the appropriate time get in touch with your good self. Thank you very much for that question, sir. I saw a hand. Yes, please. That's the logo, right? Brother Olubamiwo. Will somebody pass? Can you please come forward, please, if you don't mind?
All existing protocol. Your Excellency, sir, what incentives and policies
Okay, yes. Go ahead.
What incentives and policies are in place to encourage private sector's investment in your state, the maritime industry? I was there this year, and what I saw was that the state needs is really a gateway to West Africa and America and other American countries from Nigeria. And nobody is noticing that. That is a powerhouse in maritime because it's a gateway. Thank you.
I hope His Excellency got that. You are talking about maritime, you are talking about what the conducive atmosphere being created to allow such activity. I don't know whether you got it. They pass through that axis. Whether Akwa Ibom can take advantage of that and turn it into benefit for the people of Akwa Ibom.
We are trying to work on our deep sea port, and gladly the president has supported that deep sea port. And so along the maritime corridor, there are opportunities that we can work together and we can grow together. I can tell you we have the ease of doing business principles, and the managing director of Akwa Ibom Investment Corporation is here. He will give you a handbook and you can study it. Like I've said, we plan our investment and economic summit sometimes in November. We will make sure we partner with the club and invite some of you to that summit so that you can see the opportunities that are open for us. We'll give you land, but my land is conditional. If you tell me you want to do anything, you give me your blueprint or the schematics, and I'll give you a land. Say, okay, this land we are giving you is a conditional CFO. If within this period you don't do anything, the land revokes automatically back to government. Because we have had people who have collected land and they are using it to get as collateral for other projects elsewhere. So when I came on board, I stopped it. We'll give you land. We'll give you almost free. We'll give you, but it will be a conditional CFO because we're encouraging investments into Akwa Ibom State. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You can see indeed that the leadership of Yoruba Tennis Club did not make a wrong choice in the governor of Akwa Ibom State. He has acquitted himself creditably on all that has been asked. And on that note, with the permission of the chairman, board of trustees, the chairman Yoruba Tennis Club, I'll bring to an end this interactive session. Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much, His Excellency, the Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Dr. Umobasi Heno. Thank you very much. I would like to recognize the students of
can see the tremendous program which some of these new states are still making. I wish you all the best. I wish you greater efforts to achieve your aims in the coming 4 years. All right. Please.
I could see a lot of people in this hall. And what it means is that each time we have a lecture, we get it better. You brought hope to us, Brother Governor, and you showcase your scorecard. And I can tell you that everybody present in this room is happy with you. And I also see a similitude between Akwa Ibom State, which was founded 38 years ago. And under guided democracy, you're just about 27 years. This club is renowned because of the similarities we share together. We've been able to run this club for the past 100 years without rancor. I must give it to our founding fathers, wherever they are now. May they continue to rest in peace. It will be remiss of me not to mention our father, who is present on this occasion, the chairman, board of trustees. Is an embodiment of the past, the present, and he's been able to keep everything in. I'm referring to our father, brother, Dr. Alaji Olufemi Okunu, SANCON. He is ably supported by an assemblage of other trustees who are present here, and also the past chairman of this great club. I could see that the other distinguished ladies and gentlemen, you have brought Akwa Ibom to this place, and we are very, very...
Thank you very much. The Social Secretary to give us the 12 anthem and prayer. Brother Social Secretary. Thank you very much.
Yoruba Tennis Club should rise up as we take the club's anthem and prayer. Please take off your cap as we take the cue from the chairman. àwa ọmọ Yorùbá. Ojú ilé bàbá wa kákòókò tó kọjá lọ. Àwa la yàn láṣáájú. Ká fìfẹ́ bára wa lò. Ká má ṣe fà wá sẹ́yìn. Àwa ọmọ. Long live the chairman of Yoruba Tennis Club. Long live the vice patron and trustees of Yoruba Tennis Club. Long live the past chairman and elders of Yoruba Tennis Club. Long live brethren all. Long live our sisters. And long live our guests. May those who love us continue to love us. For those who do not love us, we pray that in their own good time they may know what it means to be a member of Yoruba Tennis Club. May those who pass through the portals of Yoruba Tennis Club continue to prosper. And may the chairman of Yoruba Tennis Club live forever. Great and all.
Biscon Show at 27, Through the Lens of a Nation. In 1999, a nation and a television institution began a remarkable journey together. As Nigeria emerged from decades of military rule and embraced a new democratic era, millions of citizens watched history unfold. On that same historic path, the Biscon Show embarked on a mission that would transcend television to become a living archive of a nation's triumphs, transitions, celebrations, and defining moments. For 27 uninterrupted years, as democracy found its footing and evolved, the cameras of the Biscon Show followed the heartbeat of Nigeria. From the inauguration of President Olusegun Obasanjo in 1999, which marked the rebirth of democratic governance, to the swearing-in ceremonies of Presidents Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, Muhammadu Buhari, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu, BOS was there, documenting the changing faces of leadership and the enduring aspirations of a nation. The story of modern Nigeria is not written only in government documents or newspaper headlines. It is written in moments, moments preserved through images, voices, emotions, and memories. Moments that today reside within the rich archives of the Biscon Show. As democracy matured, BOS chronicled the ceremonies that celebrated excellence and national service. From the national honors conferred under different administrations, including those of President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, President Goodluck Jonathan, President Muhammadu Buhari, and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the program captured the occasions when the nation paused to honor its finest sons and daughters. Industrial giants, statesmen, entrepreneurs, philanthropists, and nation builders, including Aliko Dangote, Dr. Mike Adenuga, General Yakubu Gowon, and many others passed through moments of national recognition witnessed and preserved by BOS. The program was equally present during some of Nigeria's proudest moments of sporting glory. In 2013, when the Super Eagles conquered Africa and returned home as champions of the continent, the cameras of BOS captured the excitement, the celebrations, and the historic conferment of national honors upon the victorious team by President Goodluck Jonathan. It was a moment when an entire nation stood united in pride, and BOS was there to preserve that collective memory for generations yet unborn. Beyond politics and sports, the program became a witness to the social and cultural fabric of Nigeria. It documented grand state ceremonies, historic gatherings, prestigious award presentations, landmark lectures, and moments of national reflection. It recorded the grandeur of presidential balls, including the memorable celebration following President Goodluck Jonathan's electoral victory in 2011, attended by some of Nigeria's most influential figures in business and public life. The Biscon show also stood as a custodian of heritage and tradition. Its cameras journeyed through palaces, ancient kingdoms, and cultural festivals that have defined the Nigerian identity. From the colorful splendor of the Eyo Festival in Lagos to the enduring traditions of the Ojudioba Festival and the Lishabi Festival, BOS documented the story